Okay, so here I'm going to show you how to access a few of the online resources that are good for helping to prepare for quizzes, tests, speaking practices, writing practices, etc. So the first thing, of course, is to go to the textbook website, my.hrw.com, log in with that unique username and password that you were given at the beginning of the year. If you are unable to log in or find your login information, make sure that you send your teacher an email asking for assistance with that. Click on Go to the Online Textbook and then Student Resources. Probably before clicking Student Resources, you should select the unit and lesson that you wish to review. Here we're going to click Unidad 1, Lección 1. We click Go, and then we click on Student Resources. Here, if we want to review or practice from the topics from Lección 1, then we have some options here. If I need a review of the grammar explanations, then I click on Animated Grammar. Another great way to review is clicking on the At-Home Tutor. Remember, once you click on the At-Home Tutor, it's going to ask for you to choose a level. I suggest choosing level B to start. You can always change the level at any time in the middle of the activities, so you can do that from this menu over here. Let's practice Unidad 1, Lección 1. Then we can practice with the vocabulary, the vocabulario, and then there's flashcards. So you can click on flashcards to practice with flashcards, probably very similar to the way that it's done through the website. And then there's práctica. In each level, there are 5 sections of questions. They're down here. Okay, once you get through these, if you still need some more practice, then change the level. Go to the next level. Click on level C. And then there's a whole nother set of short activities at a more advanced level. If the questions that you're doing, that you're practicing are too hard, then maybe drop down to level A and start there. Okay. Under Gramática, if you need another explanation of the Gramática, you can click on Presentación, and then the little box with the animated video will come up, as well as the grammar charts and the Spanish-English connection explanation there. Then there are the same amount of practice activities under Práctica, Gramática 1, and there's again level A, level B, or level C. And then same thing for Gramática 2. So usually under each lección, there are 2 grammar topics that we cover. One might be review, but not always. So that's why there are 2 different sections of Práctica for Gramática. Then you can practice your reading skills through a lectura, or you practice your listening, escuchar. If we have just finished Lección 2 of a unit, and we've done that after Lección 1, so that means that we've finished the unidad, then you'll click on Repaso Inclusivo. And here you'll find activities that cover the vocabulary and grammar from the entire unidad. That's what you can do with the at-home tutor. If you just need help practicing your verb conjugations, maybe you keep mixing up your AR and ER endings, or you always forget that jugar is a stem-changing verb and you just need to practice those, go to conjuguemos.com. Once you click on this link, let's see, then you click on the level that you are, Avancemos 1, 2, o 3. We'll click on Avancemos 2, and then it takes you here. This isn't my favorite way to access the website. What I prefer is actually to type in the website, conjuguemos, conjuguemos.com. Once I go here, then it looks like this. It's a much more navigatable website. You'll go under Spanish, and then let's do verbs for now. If you're accessing Conjuguemos from your cell phone, then you're not going to see that same menu list. You actually have to click on this frog for that menu list from the main page, for this menu to drop down. Okay, so once we're here, you have to know which verb tense you want to practice. So let's say that we want to practice the present tense stem-changing verbs. Those are usually pretty tricky. So present tense stem-changing verbs, I'm going to click on this. Then I'm going to click where it says graded practice mode. It's not actually graded. Remember that you're not logged in. You're automatically under here as a guest. Okay, so it's not for a grade. It's going to take you to this page. On the mobile version, I believe that it shows you here where it says time me. You want to turn that off so it's don't time me. And then you're going to click start. On the mobile version, it doesn't say start, it just has the play button. So you'll have to touch the play button. Then it gives you a subject, and then you have to conjugate it. The verb is costar and Pablo y yo. Then you type the answer and hit enter. Here I'm going to put costamos. There is no stem change because it's the nosotros form. Remember, it's a boot verb. And then I hit enter. Mostrar and usted. Let's say I forget that there's a stem change and I put mostra. I'm going to hit enter. And then it makes that sound and it shows the answer, the correct answer. You must then go back and fix it. And then hit end. You'll see your score up here. This number is how many you've gotten right out of this many tries, this many different questions that you've gone through or verbs that you've gone through. And then this is your percent. If you're doing this for retake remediation in order to do a retake, then this number must be at least 100 and this number must be at least 80 with an accuracy of 80% or more. So sometimes this number will get greater than 100 until you get a score of 80% or higher. So here, I also want to show you how to do accents. So I'm going to see if it's going to give me vosotros. Here we go. We have vosotros here, and we have mostrar. So in order to do the accent, I'm going to type the letter A, click add accent, and then I'm going to finish my conjugation, and then I hit enter. Okay, that's a great way for practicing verb conjugations. If you need a hint, you just click hint and it shows you the conjugation chart and it basically gives you the answer. If you don't know what the verb means, then you should click hint and see where it tells you what the verb means. Because remember that as conjugations are important, it's also important to know what it is that you're typing, what the verbs mean, so that you're able to understand context of sentences and stories as we work throughout the year. Okay, then you can also go back to that main page, let's see, and practice vocabulary. So you go to Spanish and then vocabulary, and you have to know what textbook you're using. Here we're using Avancemos, so I'm going to scroll down to Avancemos 3, Unidad 1, Lección 1. That's what the 1-1 means. Click on this. It's the same type of thing, graded practice mode, don't time me, start. And then it gives me the word in English, and I have to type in the word. Let's see if it's la estufa. And that's correct. Fair. I'm not really sure. I don't remember what it means for fair. And then there's no option for a hint, so I'm just going to type a letter. And then it tells me it's la tarifa. Okay, la tarifa. And then I get it right. So that's another way of practicing the vocabulary. Okay, you can also check out the verb lessons. There are listening activities as well. Okay, so you can kind of play around with this website as it suits you. Okay, but it is a great resource. There are some games. I don't know how helpful the games are. I really would recommend, oops, let me go back. I really would recommend sticking with the repetition of the vocabulary and the verb conjugations, making you spell out the word, making you think about the meanings. But here are some other options there. And that's about it for what I have for the online resources. I'm sure there's other great ways that you guys have found. Please feel free to share them with me as you come across them. I know some students have found Quizlet to be helpful. But so as you all find new tools that help you study, make sure that you're sharing them with me so that I can share them with my students in the years to come. That's all. See ya. Nos vemos.